In this lesson, we are comparing already, just, still, and yet. We can refer to time also with these adverbs. We usually use the present perfect with them, but we can use other tenses with all except for just. Let's first take a look at just. It is used only with the present perfect tense in British English, and it means that something happened a short time ago. It goes after the auxiliary verb and it means recently. In American English, it is also used in past simple, but we are going to focus only on British English. They have just arrived. Richard has just moved back to London. We've just arrived. She's just done the exam. Important. Just can also mean only. In that case, we can use other tenses, but remember, when it means only, it doesn't refer to time. For example, I just played once. You could also say, I only played once. Don't get angry. They just gave their opinion. Now let's look at already. It is used to say that something happened earlier than expected. It also goes after the auxiliary verb. We've already got a diploma. She's already sung her song. You've already traveled to Cuba. He had already left home when I arrived. Now let's take a look at yet. It is used to talk about something that is expected to happen but it hasn't happened. It usually goes at the end of the sentence. I'm hungry because I haven't eaten yet. Have you finished your homework yet? When she left, we hadn't finished painting the house yet. He hasn't arrived home yet. Now let's look at still. We usually use it in two situations. One, to emphasize actions or situations that are continuing. And number two, to show that something hasn't happened. In this case, we can use the present perfect in the negative form. In the first scenario, still usually goes between the subject and the main verb, except when we have the verb to be as the main verb. Then it goes after it. It also goes after the auxiliary verb or the modal verb. For example, he still sings in the shower. They are still in the field. She is still playing violin. You wouldn't say, he sings still in the shower, or they still are in the field, or she still is playing the violin. In the second scenario, still goes before the auxiliary verb. Remember that in this context, we use the negative form of the auxiliary verb, never the positive. We still haven't finished our homework. I still can't run, my legs hurt. We wouldn't say, I haven't still finished our homework, or I can't still run, my legs hurt. Pay attention that using the positive form of the present perfect in this context makes no sense.